Hello! Oh, I forgot. You're still sexy Valentin.
What do you mean forgot?
Yeah.
Why am I in front of that? Why am I leaning on Donald?
Because I'd rather have you lean on him than me.
Ah, yes, it's the fluffiest thing here. I love bun boys.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I just saw the
tail is so fluffy.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, last Wednesday, we had sexy Valentin art drawn. And I don't know if you noticed, but anytime he speaks, he gets eye patch nipples.
I see that.
That's Valentin's character, Valentin Dolke. He's so devoid of creativity, he's just playing himself in the Wednesday game.
I'm going to fucking kill you.
Good, I want to die as well.
Also, all of you are very lucky, because, what are you watching? It should be also all of us at the tavern. All of you are very lucky, because I just went into Solvay's stream and told me that if she did not put me on the top of her head, I was taking away all of your guys' hero points. So congratulations and thank you for all of you being hostages.
I'm going to go
can we
put you in
talk
the doghouse.
Can we talk about Eldritch being fucking Mike Wazowski'd by the Factor logo?
It kind of is.
It's okay.
Well, it's just because he's holding up for me, because he endorses it. He's Eldritch.
You should put him further behind.
No, legit. They have a very nice filet mignon in their meal plan.
Eldritch is just hidden in the upper corner of the tavern always. That's just where he exists up there.
Oh, okay. Like after not having character art.
All right.
What do you mean? That's sort of character art.
It's been a little bit since I've streamed. I actually think I took the majority of this week off from streaming because there's a lot of really amazing Hero Factory stuff and other things going on. Players, I hope you'll bear with me. I do have a few announcements for Hero Factory related things that I have to get out of the way really quickly. One of them is very, very, very important. Firstly, tomorrow is a very big day, as it is Hemlock Evergreen, that newbie baby VTuber's debut. His 3D model is going to be out tomorrow. All sorts of art, overlays, animation, and more is going to be on his channel, as you're going to watch all of the things that he's using currently very suddenly upgrade super heavily, and it's also your best chance to get to know him. We're really excited.
That time, never again, and you'll never get to know him again.
Yeah, after that, he's gonna go. We're putting him in a box to keep it away forever. But if you were
never break his balls, everyone.
Solvay, do you know what time it's at?
I was gonna. Oh yeah, Solvay, what time is it at?
It is at 1 p.m. PST or 4 p.m. EST.
That's right, 1 p.m. PST. What day is it?
It is tomorrow, April 20th.
It is tomorrow, April 20th. And what day is that?
Saturday.
Well, I was going to say 420, but Saturday, yes. They did keep their mic. And what month is that? And what year is that?
The year of our goddess Addie, 2024.
Excellent. That's right. So make sure you guys tune out and support him. It's going to be happening on his.
Tune him out. You don't want us tuning in. What the hell?
You know, I made a tweet about having a headache this morning.
I'm here to make it worse.
Is his account just Hemlock Evergreen?
No, it's Evergreen, different. But the second E, so it's EVR.
No, on Twitch, it's Hemlock Evergreen. On Twitter, the E is missing. So on Twitch, it's Hemlock Evergreen spelled normally.
How did that happen? Did he just typo his username?
No, someone else already had Hemlock Evergreen.
Can I not have Valentin lean so close to me?
No, he's yours now.
I kind of like this.
Remember,
put the sensor bar in front of Donald's mouth.
Remember, Donald, without Warlock or Shirk around now, you are now solely responsible for the child, and should he die, you will die in place.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. We haven't tested that out yet.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same with every human being, every person in real life. Actually, you never know if someone else dies if you're just going to die in their place until you do.
I'm immortal until proven otherwise. Let's see. Other announcements. Guys, Solvay does a weekly anime night on the Hero Factory Discord server. You motherfuckers, though, aren't giving them any of the opinions that they've been canvassing for about potentially changing the day and what to watch. Go have an opinion! Why is that so hard for some of you? The problem, Solvay, isn't that people aren't interested, it's the problem that most of the motherfuckers on the Hero Factory server are, like, fine with anything sort of people, and then they turn out to not be fine with anything when the day of it actually comes. Do you know how many times I've had to get people to vote to reschedule a game, and everyone's just like, oh, we're fine with anything. And then the day shows up, and it's like, yeah, turns out I can't make this day. I want to strangle them sometimes.
They're bottoms, and they need to be told what to do.
Exactly. So Solvay...
we're all introverts is what I was going to say. Because a bottom wouldn't then... a bottom wouldn't afterwards be, oh no, never mind, I can't do this thing. They would still show up.
Wait, no, excuse me 1 second. We're all bottoms, says the streamer who I got to do 3 minutes of push-ups just because I said.
You paid for this.
Which means
no, I didn't. I did not pay for that.
When did I do
which
3
means
minutes of push? Hold on, I got a bone to pick. When did I do 3 minutes of push-ups for you? Just because?
No, I made Solvay.
Oh,
but that just means that Solvay's in a better shape than you are.
One.
I'm Swolvay.
Swolvay. Solvay, as a note, too, we are aiming for Solvay's debut in May, so be ready for that as well, guys. All right, that should be my pre-game announcements, meaning Captain Solvay. It is the captain's duty to hit us with the recap of what happened last time.
Captain!
Oh, don't worry,
All
Solvay,
right.
because the captain also has the right to delegate someone to do it instead.
Okay. All right. I'll do it, but I'm gonna do it the way I always do it in all of my other games. Okay. So, my memory of what happened last time is really, really fuzzy. Ibiza showed up, and we all met with this weird, squiggly little monster thing. We killed the squiggly little monster thing. The party was like, "Hey, you! Who are you? You creepy!" And Ibiza's like, "Hey, what's up? I'm here. I'm cool." And they were like, "Yeah, you're cool. You come with us." Then they're like, "Hey, we're looking for our friend, Flies by Night. She missing." And so we came across a cave that ate us. We got out of it, and then Shirk was like, "Ayo, wait, hold up a second. Something about this cave seems really cash money, and I'm gonna go in there." And the cave, after some trial and error, the cave flooded. Shirk came out and was all like, "Step into your mind cage, step into your mind cage." And we decided to leave him there because he decided that the cave was more important than finding Flies by Night. We then went off to find Flies by Night, and I think that was it. That was where the session ended.
Yeah, and then you're now the captain.
Ibiza was named interim captain until Captain Shirk comes back from his weird glowing cult hypnosis cage.
Yeah, that's gonna be like a while.
Yeah.
Like a while. Like a while.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Thanks for the raid, Ludessa. We're just getting started. We just finished with the recap. I hope that you have a good time. I hope that whatever you were doing was fun. Feel free to talk about it in the Twitch chat. Just because I'm going to be running scenes and doing my open narration, it's going to be hard to type back to you. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm River the Bard. I do a lot of TTRPG content. I am partnered with Paizo. I work pretty consistently with R. Talsorian. And probably most importantly, I'm the CEO of Hero Factory, the TTRPG VTuber agency. Check it out and go to Hemlock's debut, which is what time and date, Solvay?
It is tomorrow, April 20th at 1 p.m. PST or 4 p.m. EST.
That is correct. So
Nerd.
Go check out
What?
Hemlock's debut tomorrow. We've got his model and everything set up and ready to go. It's really exciting. So go give our favorite barbarian some love and support. You all walk away from the cave, leaving Shirk behind, beginning another section of travel through the jungle of the mysterious island that you are on. There is all of your party map. Who is currently holding the map? Because Egg is not here, and he was your navigator.
I guess I am. That's
Don't take this the wrong way, Doddle. Do you have the intelligence to draw on the map?
Not IRL, Doddle. You're in character intelligence.
Yeah, your character's intelligence.
okay. You know what? Now that I think about it, Captain should have the map because you know they
then the
are
blame isn't on
leaders.
me. Then the blame isn't on me.
Okay.
Is what he's
No,
trying to say.
absolutely not.
You're handed the map, Ibiza.
Aviza will look at the map, look at the party. I can't exactly read maps. Does anyone here have any experience with reading maps?
You're holding it upside down, Captain.
See, even further proves my point.
I'm gonna change the
Yeah.
Twitch chat scene so you guys can see the map that they drew.
Oh, isn't the captain so humble?
The captain is really humble. A very good trait for a captain, indeed.
Exactly.
Fuck did you go? Oh, there you are.
No, it's called delegating responsibilities, and I would like to delegate this responsibility to whoever has the most experience with reading a map.
Oh, I'm jealous, Appo. I got nothing left. I'm out.
I'm a child.
That sounds
I-
really yummy.
I have so much stuff right now.
You're a child that owns people.
Mail some to me. Are you on a TwitchCon, Appo?
I not because there's 3 other very expensive things I have to save up for this year, including moving and a cruise. So I may not be able to make
Hey
it.
yo, Cruz!
Damn, it'd be nice to
Hey
see you.
yo!
We're trying to get we're sending the Hero Factory talents, hopefully. By the way, forgot to mention, we're being sponsored by Factor 75. If you guys sign up to try out one of their meal kits, it helps send the Hero Factory talents to TwitchCon.
God, it's so sweet.
I'm jealous. I want some. I had a Asahi yesterday because I went to that izakaya.
So,
Nice.
I can't believe you went to a different world and became an adventurer.
Truckcoon don't miss.
Hunku truck never misses.
All right.
So who's reading the map?
Well, that
Who
would be.
can read the map?
Ibiza has been holding up the map and said that they are going to delegate it to whomstever has the most experience with reading maps. Nobody volunteers themselves, Ibiza.
Let me
I'm
see here.
a child. I shouldn't be volunteering. That would be child labor.
Okay, give me a second. Let me see what I can do here.
Actually,
Wait,
there's no child
Is it?
labor.
That's not child.
From-
It's not child labor if you volunteer, is it? Then it's community service.
Okay. So what do I need to read the map?
Oh, that's
River?
true. I could get my community service badge. But that means that you're also leaving the fate of your hands in the hands of a child.
Child, you are not going to be the one reading the map. Victor, thank you so much, has spoken up, so I'm going to hand the map over to him. He's going to
Okay.
take a look, and you are excused. Victor, if you
Whoever wrote
please.
Whoever wrote this thing is chicken scratch.
It really is.
Well, that was Egg.
I know. So River, what do I need to to read a map in this game? Do I have to roll anything specific?
I don't know. Do you have anything? Do you have
I don't
any?
know.
Do you have any character experience reading maps?
Well, yeah, I go to. I go around the world for my employers, and I go to.
What's your survival?
My survival's +4.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's not the worst. And the higher
Wait,
guide.
don't
but
we
I
have like
can-
like a navigation like skill in our character sheet?
There's also
Oh.
the thing that Joe on numerous occasions has explained the map to us. At least for
Yeah.
the locations that are on here currently.
So survival is your base skill to understand, travel, map, and wilderness survival. However, there's various activities and other things. For instance, Joe has a special ability that lets him navigate via the stars.
I don't have those.
Meaning that you have a base understanding of a map based on what your survival is, and what you're looking for is sense direction is the activity.
Okay. So it's an activity. Gotcha.
You can search for it in the bottom bar.
I think we
Thank you.
mentioned that we were going to be heading back to the clearing. That was like the last place we saw Flies by Night, was it?
Yes, and that's the big square, if I remember right.
Wow, your
you
sense
go.
direction is really bad.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
No, I'm not
No.
going to say if the roll was or wasn't, but it's not great. Also, you'll have to give me a moment. I think I might need to relaunch Fantasy Grounds. I'm having some weird interaction with VTube Studio where it keeps flashing above Fantasy Grounds. Like, my screen is just taken up by VTube Studios for a brief millisecond. So I'm going to just take down the Fantasy Grounds and relaunch it, and hopefully that will fix it. So give me a moment.
Fantasy Ground!
We've been raptured! Ticket Heart
What happened?
finally
Oh, no.
comes for us!
I don't know why it's doing that, but it's very disconcerting. Oh, and now there's two of me. Hello. That's what it was flashing and how I knew
What
That
is
it
that?
that
It's not
is
their fault.
too many.
Because I
And
used
now
that
there's
big
enough
ass
to
green
share.
Screen. I use that big
Huh,
ass
points.
green screen. So
Huh,
I'm
get
wondering
the
what's
gun.
going on.
Which is the real river?
I don't know why that's even showing, by the way, because it shouldn't be. Like,
There's now enough river to go around.
there is
Green
I
screen without it
would
making me
rather
bald.
I would rather there were less.
Alright, hands up. Which is the
There's
real
too
river?
many.
Weird. Alright, that should correct itself in a moment. There we go. That might have fixed it. I think I figured out what it was. It wasn't even something relating to fantasy.
I don't know
grounds.
how I
It was
feel
OBS.
about me shoving my crotch in Donald's face.
No, I do not feel comfortable with you shoving my your crotch
Hey,
in
look,
my face.
Donald, look. Donald, look. Here, here, look.
I see it, and I don't want to
Look at
see
me.
it. I don't want to see it. No,
Don'll smell his finger.
no.
No, that's not a carrot.
Fucking hell.
It's just taking a second to relaunch, guys, but it should be back up in a minute, and you'll be able to rejoin to the game. I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
Sorry about that, Roman.
Oh.
We seem to have maybe have a like a
That means that
silly.
Japanese
we get to level up, right?
All right, you guys should be able to reconnect now. I see some of you chose to do so before I said it was ready.
That's because they've been spamming it incessantly.
That's going to
I
be
only
great for the
hit it
fantasy
once.
grounds.
I only hit it once. I didn't know I had to wait.
All right. So again, Victor, you now have the map. As a note, you don't actually need a roll or a check for anything on the map unless, like, I tell you that you've gotten lost.
Okay.
The map
It's for when we explore a square that
Yes.
we need to start putting stuff down. So
basically, yes. Once you explore a square, but generally, even then, Joe's the only one who can do that, thanks to his
Right.
his skill set. So you can draw on the map, but you're not going to get accurate results like Joe does. There is no check for that.
And-
It is just in his proficiency skills and what he's good at doing.
the fuck
main
is 10
reason-
Chase 92?
That's
The-
me. I haven't clicked a character yet.
The main reason that you have the map is because you need to tell me where you're going. Remember, every hex it takes a quarter of a day of travel if you're going at a normal speed, and most exploratory activities reduce your speed by half. I will remind you, you are already following Flies by Night's trail.
Okay, I guess we will continue upon that trail.
Okay? Where's that trail going?
You got me.
Well, I need you to decide what hex you're moving into on the map.
You gotta
The squares. The
Well,
squares. We're moving to the squares.
Thank you. We're going to move to the squares.
All right.
Not the square. Square, but
The
singular.
square.
Okay, you guys know the drill. Everybody but Solbay, probably.
I think a little more than everyone but Solvay.
I'm actually confused too. What do you mean? You know the drill?
Exploration actions. What are you guys doing? Do you guys get
right.
concussed?
Oh.
Do you get concussed bi-weekly and just forget everything that happened the last time that we were here?
You,
It's been a few weeks.
You say
It's
you
been-
know
yeah,
what
it's
to do
been more
with
than a
set.
few weeks.
Yeah, but okay,
It's been a
fine.
month.
Fine. Do you get your memories just entirely erased every month?
Yes.
No, but also like you say that phrase to like literally every action ever. So it's like, okay, well, in what particular circumstance are you using it this time?
Exactly.
So we are traveling. That means that now it's time for downtime actions. Do everyone remember what downtime action? No, not downtime.
Okay, I'm gonna
travel
scout.
actions there are. Say scouting.
Again, I will investigate.
Okay, what about the
Okay.
kid and the captain?
So you're investigating.
I have an
So
A.
that's what are you investigating?
I'm investigating the trail ahead of us, just looking out for signs for flies by night?
Yes.
Do
See if
we?
there's- Yeah, I'm looking for
Shouldn't we
his
be
trail.
look? We shouldn't. Shouldn't we be looking for the? We already know where she last was left seen, and it was further up ahead than this. So, isn't it pointless to be investigating this close? Because we have to move at a half speed if that happens. So maybe we should just try to move at regular speed in order to get there ahead of time.
Have us just
Doesn't
go and
scouting
not
move
do
at half
anything.
speed?
Oh yeah, he is scouting already. So yeah, you could just investigate then.
Okay. So what are you investigating for? Signs of them?
Well, if that would be the wrong move, I'm just gonna look for signs for anything dangerous in the area that we need to be aware of, like animals, or
Okay, so
Julian.
what I'm going to go into more detail. What exploration action are you taking, and for what purpose? Do you need all of the exploration actions resent to you?
no, I have them right here. I'm looking at them under the activity sheet.
Okay, good. What one are you doing?
I investigate.
Okay, so you're recalling knowledge.
I thought it was more of looking around to seek out information about your surroundings while traveling at half speed.
It's in
Okay,
player
so you-
core page
It says-
439.
It says you use recall knowledge as
Okay,
a
then.
secret check to discover clues amongst various things. Blah blah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
you know what I'm going to do that's going to start helping people out a lot, I think, is reminding you guys that the reference manual exists. So, on the top right, under library, if you click the button that says books, right? And you go find under player core Pathfinder 2 Orc. That is not what we wanted, apparently. Give me a second. Did my books get... Hold on. Unactivated? I guess that's just a list of them. Sorry, go to modules. They changed it out on me. I hate the UI changes that they did. It's so frustrating. So go to modules. Scroll to where it says Pathfinder 2 Orc license. Player core Pathfinder 2 Orc. Okay? You can click on reference manual. Never mind. The person who made this did not include the fucking reference manual, which is one of the most important things to do. Fancy Grounds, your Pathfinder.
Oh yeah, I have to like
pisses me
activate
off.
the effects for Scout.
Well, hold on.
There's a reference manual.
What do you mean there's a reference manual? Can you read through it?
It's render NPCs. But
Yeah. Oh, did you click it?
yeah, I just did.
Yeah. They only included credits and legal. for some fucking reason. Meaning that this will probably be in what? Where would this guy have put this? Because he clearly did not make it easy.
I can just not do an
there it
action
is.
to make
Just
it
do
easier.
do the one that says Pathfinder 2nd Edition Core Rules, not the one that says Orc.
Okay.
Pathfinder 2nd Edition Core Rules, and if you guys go to... Gotta figure out what page
480.
it's gonna be on. 480?
480.
In the reference manual?
Or oh no, wait.
For exploration activities, that's page 438, isn't it?
Yeah, 438. Yeah.
I'm just on archives and Nethies.
So in the that's where you should be. But you can also for more details, I found it in the reference manual under playing the game. You go to exploration activities.
Yeah. But
You know what?
yeah, Valentin, you're right. Investigate is specifically on 480.
Here you go.
Yeah.
So, you recall out information about your surroundings while traveling at half speed. You use recall knowledge as a secret check to discover clues among the various things that you see and engage with as you journey along. You can use any skill that has a recall knowledge action while investigating, but I determine whether it's relevant to the clues that you actually find. So, that means that you tell me what recall knowledge you're doing. I don't tell you.
Okay. Just because it works for the broadest amount of things, I will do my occultist one. Let me just pull it up.
Okay, and what are you investigating that is occultist?
Looking for signs of animals and creatures, particularly dangerous.
That's not
ones
animals, though. Oh, right? That
For
or are you
the
looking for like
thaumaturge.
monsters?
It's weird
Oh.
shit for the thaumaturge.
Right.
So you're basically looking for anything occult along the way. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me as a secret check. Alright, I now know what he's doing, so everyone else should have a general idea. Thatch is scouting. Captain Ibiza,
Yes.
what are you doing?
So, someone else is already investigating, right?
That is correct, but they are investigating occult stuff, meaning that they are not investigating plants or stuff like that. They're looking for occult signs.
Okay. Can I investigate, like perhaps animal tracks that may have been led by someone who's like a catfolk or something? I don't know if catfolk wear shoes. Do they wear shoes?
They can. Anyone can wear
can.
shoes.
Oh, okay.
For what purpose are you investigating?
So the only thing that I know right now is we are looking for someone who is a catfolk. Like that's kind of the main, premise. So I guess trying to look for some type of trail of flies by night.
So that would be a different
So-
action called track.
Oh, okay. Can I do that then?
Sure.
Okay.
So catfolk can wear shoes, but they have to walk with that waddle that cats do when you,
When you
have
put
to put
booties
those
on them.
protect. Yeah, it's like
Wait,
hands to
so
the
that is
sides.
my character is just
So
in a
Flash
constant
by Night
waddle.
is running really weirdly on 2 feet.
So I am doing I put the dice in the dice tower, right?
Huh?
Because it looks like track uses my survival, and my survival's a straight 20. So just put it in the
Does
dice
it-
tower.
Does it say that it's a secret check?
It just says you use survival to find and follow creatures' tracks.
So in your activities, there's a button that will say track.
Oh, okay.
If you go to your activities and you
Activity.
type in the search bar track, you'll find it.
Track. Okay. It just comes up with survival trained and a big crossed out no sign.
Means that you're
Then
not trained
you're
in
not
survival,
trained.
so you don't know
Wait,
how to
no-
follow someone's tracks.
Oh, okay.
So I could do that instead because I have survival.
Got it.
Oh.
So then Nah. Hmm.
Remember, you don't need to do an exploration action. Like that, you actually don't need to do them sometimes.
Okay.
Like you could just choose that you're just traveling and you're focusing on that. You don't need to tell me that you're keeping an eye out for like attacks or things like that. That is assumed.
Okay. Yeah, just skip it then.
Okay, cool. Mirta, you're tracking?
Yeah, I'll track. I don't see anything that says secret.
Then you just click.
Yeah, just click on the button.
Yep.
Yep.
If it says in the traits secret, then that means it's secret. If it doesn't, then that means it's open.
I'm using Hero Point.
If it has the secret tag on it, it'll roll secretly when you click on the button.
Yep. Remember, too, your class might give you some unique exploration skills.
It was almost a 20!
That was so close to 20.
It was close to a 20. Do remember, by the way, chat, that any subs, donation, bits, or anything sent to me on my Ko-Fi gives the player of your choice a hero point. For every new person who signs up for Factor 75, everybody gets a hero point. And if enough people tip on my Ko-Fi, this becomes a drinking game at $60 dues. Oh, one more thing, too. There's a bunch of stuff on my throne that you can check out. Anytime something off of my throne gets bought, everyone gets a hero point as well. I still need a new chair. This one that I've been sitting in ever since my one broke on Solvay's stream sucks, and my back is killing me every day. So would appreciate a little bit of support and help with that. It's crowdfunding, so you don't need to buy out the whole thing. Every little drop in the bucket helps.
Hang on.
And I'm probably going
I've
to
never noticed this. Oh, sorry. I was just speaking out loud.
No, that's fine. I also am planning on buying myself the heart rate monitor off of that soon, because I thought what would be really funny is if I wore the heart rate monitor during some of my D&D games, so you could see how stressed my players make me when they do certain stuff. So, if you want to fund,
all the time.
yeah, if you want to fund that idea, there is a heart rate monitor on my throne, as well as the chair and a bunch of other stuff too. So check it out. If you got some spare dollar dues, consider throwing them my way, because I do this full time.
There's a recall knowledge other check. I just think that's kind of funny. And there's just other.
It's miscellaneous stuff. All right.
Anyway, I guess it's I'll do a recall knowledge nature to see if we can find some of the plants and stuff that we need for the med kit.
Dr. Liarden, yes.
Yeah, the med kit. He's a walking med kit.
He's with you too. He's just not taking any exploration actions.
Oh, we know. Here we go. Oh, that's probably a 1. And
remember, chat.
Find,
anytime that there's a nat
plant.
1 or nat 20 in a drinking game, I take a shot for no reason. Just want to bring that up again.
You know what? Since it's not a drinking game yet, I will do some drinking.
Yes, lost.
I didn't say it's a
Yeah.
1. I didn't say it's a 1, you guys.
It's a 2 though, so it's not good.
You never laugh at nat 20s. You get excited about nat 20s, but you never laugh at them.
This is why I want the heart rate monitor, because you would have seen it change the minute that the nat 1 was seen.
There's a stranger in the woods, and he's like, "Hey, I got some candy for you." And I'm like, "Oh, hell yeah!" And then I'm lost.
It's someone mimicking Liarden's voice.
Dad? Daddy? Is that father? Is that you?
Oh my God.
That's really my son. Oh, I can't believe it. After all these years, you came back with the milk.
As you guys are walking, your travel is miserable. Vincent is, competent with a map, but not experienced. Meaning that a lot of the places that you've been
Victor.
through...
Victor is the one
Vincent,
on the map.
same fucking person.
It's not.
Wow.
One's a kid, one's an adult.
They aren't super experienced.
One's a kid and one's a thaumaturge.
They aren't super experienced with mapping in general, and as such, your guys' rest stops aren't as comfortable as when Joe does them. In addition, Myrta, you somehow, even though I had already said that you had the tracks on lockdown and didn't need to roll to keep following them, you lose Flies by Night's tracks. Not that it matters particularly, because you weren't following them to begin with. You already know that she ran this way, meaning that if you keep going, you should hopefully come across them again. Victor, with your esoteric lore for occultism, you continue to spot just strange oddities around the jungle that most people wouldn't notice. For instance, certain plants having too many leaves, exactly in patterns of 666 and 3333. You note that none of the moss is growing on the north sides of the trees. All of them are growing on the western side, so this way they would all be facing the rising sun. There's all sorts of just little oddities that you keep coming across that are, with your trained thaumaturge and knowledge and esoteric kind of like strange going-ons, you keep basically seeing bad omens the entire day.
I can't get off this island fast enough.
Meanwhile, at the midday point, Vincent vanishes during one of your rest stops.
No!
He had told people he wasn't going very far, but he just wanted to look around for some plants and was going to remain within earshot of the camp the entire time that he was there. However, he doesn't return. Ibiza, everyone is now packed and ready to move out, but Vincent still has not come back.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
I guess
Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
Vincent is supposed to be in earshot, Ibiza will call out, Vincent! We're leaving!
Vincent! Vincent!
Vincent!
Vincent!
Wait,
Could have been worse. I could have been named Sean. Sean!
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 Vincent, you hear the shouting and you return. You have a bag full of plants that you've collected for the day.
Hello.
I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been Jason.
I found a lot of... Oh, yeah, Jason is the other one.
Yeah, but no,
I found a lot of plants. Dr. Liarden, are these the ones we've been looking for?
Dr. Liarden looks at them and then looks at you and says, "Yes, very good job." And he takes the bag of plants from you. He hands you a gold coin and your lollipop, and then all of you watch him very pointedly walk over to a nearby patch of ground, dig a hole, put the bag of plants in it, and bury the hole.
Victor's just gonna look at him, look at the bag, look at him. Aren't they going to be useful?
Yes, if we needed to euthanize anyone.
Oh.
I had a feeling.
And, Captain, I'd like to request that we remain still for another few hours to see if, he approaches you privately, Ibiza, and whispers, perishes or not.
Oh, you
Wow, I could use this for my own...
Some of the plants.
No, simply coming in contact with these at all can create a very painful and swift death.
Oof.
Well, I didn't come into any painful or swift
That was
death.
whispered to Ibiza. We should know the boy's fate in another hour or so. But it means that we will be slowing our travel even further.
I see. Can we continue looking for flies by night at a bit of a slower pace? Will that suffice?
Well, we can continue moving if you want. I'm just afraid if the boy suddenly drops dead. Or not.
I mean, not for me, probably.
Let's keep moving for now, but if you happen to notice anything escalating or worsening, do let us know and we will stop immediately.
I will. It starts with a very nasty rash. Thatch, you suddenly feel very itchy.
Huh?
I'm scratching my arm.
Thatch, you're very itchy all over your hands.
What kind of cursed doll magic do you have on him?
What?
Alright, so you guys continue moving on, and over the next 30 minutes, Thatch, you get itchier and itchier, and there's like a little bit of pain going on in your hands. Vincent, you feel fine. Your tummy gets a little bit like uncomfortable too, Thatch. You feel a little nauseous.
Hey, like that's kind of like that's still like a investigation on on nature on his hands.
I'll allow you to roll me a medicine to see if you can figure out if there's anything wrong with you.
I was about to feel the wrath of Montezuma's revenge.
Oh, God.
Poor Donald.
Well, the DM's attention had to go somewhere now that
okay.
Shirk's not here.
Donald, with a 13, you are able to diagnose that it's all in your head, and that your stomach's just a little, feeling weirdly because of what you ate at lunch. And despite Dr. Liardon's warnings, Vincent rolled quite well on his fortitude save that he didn't know he made.
Would anyone...
that's what the second roll, because I did see another roll come up.
Yep.
Would Thatch's aggressive itching be pretty noticeable?
It was, but he seems to have stopped.
Also, you didn't tell anyone that I might have touched poisonous plants, so
yeah, you're
no one
the
had
only
any reason to suspect.
You're the only one who knew that anybody might be about to die of Pisa, because Liardon only whispered it to you. It looks like, though, in the end, it turned out to be a false alarm, and at the half-day point, you guys have left that hex and are moving into the hex where the backpacks were originally dropped.
Well, I was going to say, I would probably say that Abiza would probably err on the side of caution and mention to Dr. Liardian that Thatch does seem to be itching.
Oh, good, Dr. Liardon said, and made no efforts to help him.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
That's just...
Hey, as long as Abiza at least brought it up.
That's just kind of like...
Over the next, 30 minutes after you tell him that Thatch is itching, Dr. Liardon follows behind Thatch with an air of interest and positivity. You don't normally see the doctor smile, and yet he is. However, when Thatch stops itching, Dr. Liardon returns to his normal dour self.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
That's just kind of like... takes a step back. He's like... It's just... he just kind of glares at the doctor and he just goes, "It's just in my head. That's all it is."
Alright. That was a half day's worth of travel, meaning you're now in the latter half, the evening. What are you doing? Where are you going now?
Oh.
Vincent, what are you doing? Where are you going now? You're the one with the map. Abiza, you're the
Victor?
captain. Yeah, sure.
Is this not the location which they were last seen?
Sure. You're in that kilometer wide area. Or
Okay.
several kilometer wide area. What are you doing in that area? You've arrived here.
Well,
We
someone
should
who's
try to
better
look
than
for
me-
the clearing.
Yeah, look
Do you
for
see
the...
how lost they are without you, Warlock?
A character's not built for this.
We don't have Egg here tonight. We don't have Warlock here tonight. So that's two people that was in this campaign for the beginning that's not here.
Sure, yeah. You guys are looking for the clearing.
I
You're at the clearing. You're in that area.
I look for signs of a struggle.
Yes. Good. Yes, that'll be an investigation or some kind of other check.
Could I argue survival?
I would say a perception for seeking out hidden things.
I have
Perception. There we go. Found it.
You're searching, basically.
Yep. Want me to make it a secret?
It is a secret. Search should be a secret. You'll if it says so in the tags. You look around the clearing in the area, but you don't find anything out of the ordinary. Nothing that you didn't expect to be here.
I feel like I rolled like shit again.
There's no
Again, the heart rate monitor will let you guys know.
But that means that we would have to look at the stream and then get DM information at the same time. So
I guess I'll make a perception.
What I will. So I have. That's odd. It says when you enter a new location such as a room or corridor, you immediately notice one thing out of the ordinary. That I did that last time we were here, but it says. You don't typically get any benefit when you leave and come back to a place, though if a major change has happened here and time has passed, the GM might determine that you do. Has anything changed since the last time we were here?
Yeah, there has been a major change. You notice immediately that there is, let's see, there is a nearby in this clearing, two things. One, a ripped piece of clothing that clearly came from Flies by Night, and two, a hefty indent as if some sort of large weapon was driven into the ground.
Sorry, one more time.
A mark in the dirt of a large weapon having impact against the dirt, and a bit of clothing that came from Flies by Night in the same spot.
But they're in the same spot.
Yes. It's the same thing, because you only notice one thing out of ordinary. What's out of the ordinary is the fact that those two things are in the same spot.
So, my current case is where's Flies by Night, which means I can, once per 10 minutes, spend 1 minute examining the details of one potential clue, designated the subject related to the clue as the target of your active investigation. The subject is typically a single creature, item, or small location, such as a room or corridor, but the GM might allow for a different scope of your investigation. You don't need to know the identity, purpose, or nature of the subject, but you do need to be aware of its existence. For instance, finding footprint is enough to investigate the creature that left it. That seeing a hasty sketch of an item or location can be enough to start your investigation of that subject. Whenever you attempt a perception or skill check to investigate a designated subject, you gain a +1 circumstance bonus to the check. The exact check this applies to depend on the actions.
Go ahead and roll it. It sounds like this applies here. I will read the ability on my own time.
Right, okay.
Which ability is this on the case? Carry on.
Yes, I also have Red Herring, which is also going to be relevant if that's the case.
I'm reading both.
But yeah.
But that's only when you pursue a lead. You're not pursuing a lead yet.
But this is what I'm doing with doing this roll by spending 1 minute. That's me pursuing this lead.
Oh, okay. So this way, so I can tell you if it's inconsequential or not. That's interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, do I just tell you that before you roll? Oh, you don't even roll. It's not a roll. You just get it.
Yeah. It's my get out of jail free card for not wasting time on checks.
I just want to double read this real quick.
Mm-hmm. I think
no, it sounds like you still make a check. It sounds like you still need to make a check.
Oh, I make the check first, and then you'll just tell me if it's inconsequential.
Essentially,
or not,
yeah. Because you're pursuing a lead, and now I'm going to give you the information related to it, because there's still information, and then I tell you if there's anything more.
Right, okay. I'll roll...
How are you investigating it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, I have a question.
Could I...
What's the size of the impact? Like, what size weapon are we talking here?
Big and hefty. But it's only who can ask questions about it right now. You guys haven't seen it.
Okay.
I was wondering if I could do a recall knowledge check as, like, for crafting to, like, figure out the trajectory this spear would have had to land it in by analyzing the, like... Huh?
I never said a spear.
Oh, well, whatever the weapon is, like the piece of clothing is attached to the weapon, right?
There is no weapon. It's just an impact mark.
Oh, I thought you said there was a
weapon mark, an impact driven into the ground, as if something had hit the ground here and then was lifted back up.
Oh, so the piece of clothing is
it's the piece of clothing and a dent on the ground.
Oh, okay. So whatever hit Flies by Night, then Flies by Night made this impact mark, maybe.
No, it's clearly some kind of big weapon that hit the ground, leaving a mark behind in the mud. Like, it's a footprint, but it's a weapon impact.
So it's a melee weapon sort of thing.
Yes.
Okay.
It's something big and heavy hit the ground here that was very clearly likely a weapon or an object.
I guess I'll still do a recall knowledge crafting check to figure out if I can, like, what sort of weapon this was.
Go ahead.
That left this mark.
This lead is not inconsequential to what happened here.
And I guess a +1. Did it add the +1? I don't know.
What's your normal plus?
To crafting, +8.
And then it did not, so I'll add another +1 in my mind to it.
Okay.
You can tell that whatever hit the ground here, you're not certain if it was aimed at Flies by Night or not. Flies by Night could have been caught, grappled, or wrestling with something, and then this weapon strike could have happened. But you are able to tell that whatever weapon was used was big, heavy, and made out of wood with metal bands positioned at a few inches away from each other, all the way down the big, heavy club.
So it's a club.
You think. A club is a broad general term. It's
okay,
some
sorry,
sort of
blunt weapon.
Yes, it's some big, blunt, bludgeoning weapon that had iron bands wrapped around it. That looked like they had little spikes on the end of it, too.
So, the piece of clothing from Flies by Night, does it look like it was then perhaps torn off on purpose to, like, leave a mark? Or to, does it look like it got removed by weaponry?
Uncertain. That's why I said that you're not sure its relation to Flies by Night's clothing being here, but you're able to ascertain what weapon was used to make this impact. You can roll additional checks to get more information, but that's all you're getting from your pursue a lead, meaning that you'll have to start doing other checks, or other people will have to come in and help you out.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to, in character, share what you've learned.
Yeah. I have found an impact mark from some sort of blunt weapon over here, and some piece of clothing from Flies by Night. Perhaps someone with some tracking capabilities are able to figure out what this means?
Do you know what kind of weapon?
I'm back. Sorry about
A
that.
blunt weapon. It could be a mace. It could be a club.
Like
It could be a tree trunk.
like Brockus Club?
Well, if someone else tries to make a check specifically for Brackus Club, we can figure that out.
Did I see that fabric for a second?
I mean, yeah, it's right here.
I'm
What
sorry.
you want me to come over? Do you want me to come over and hand it to you?
Well, sorry, I thought you had already come back to us. My mistake with it.
Are you gonna let me run off on my own? You just will
Again.
stand back at the start of the
I didn't
clearing,
want to
and I
take it
just
from
run
you if you were
straight
holding
in.
it.
It's
Victor
right
is-
over here. I yell across the clearing from everyone else just standing there at the edge, not daring to come in.
I just want to
Victor's-
say that it isn't our responsibility that you run away. It's Thatch's responsibility that you run away.
That's fair.
I'm just saying, literally everyone else is just standing there at the edge of the clearing, not wanting to come in.
Oh, hey, dates for
This is my playground. Yay!
So, River, I'm going to go over and I'm going to kneel down and touch the piece of fabric and use read psychometric resonance.
What the fuck is your class even? What the fuck does that mean? Read what? Say that again.
the anger in
My
your
bare
voice.
hands touch the object in which I detect the psychometric resonance effect. I spend 1 minute concentrating on the object to get a vision of the face of the person who imbued it with the item with such emotion in the first place. Pretty much, I get to read what or some emotions going through the person who was wearing this, and if it's particularly negative, I might take a
You
d6
have to
psychic
detect
damage determined by
psychometric
you.
resonance to start with. Have you
Then
detected
I'll do that first, then.
Okay, so have you how do you detect that?
It's just a kind of like detect magic. It's just an ambient thing.
Look, it's this item's aura, okay?
Yeah, go
Look,
ahead.
He's really into crystals and natural healing.
Oh my
Reading
god,
the
you're
mind.
a
Valentin, I'll have you
girl.
know that was an option for me to take. Was crystal healing.
Solvay, he's a Zodiac girl.
Look, you know now why I'm
Gemini.
changing characters, River. It's very complicated. This was the wrong class to pick first.
Why would you
but yeah.
pick it then?
Because it looks cool.
God,
I want to be a Zodiac.
Why?
I want to be a Zodiac girl.
don't you?
You want to be a Zodiac killer?
No, God.
Hey, give me a few more levels.
What?
I'm gonna kill people with bad vibes.
Yeah. But yeah.
Imagine the vibes being so bad you just fucking die.
Like, totally, River. What vibes am I feeling from this clothing?
How do you detect
what if I
psychometric? Do
die?
whatever you've got to do to detect if it's psychometric or
am.
not.
With a touch, I can read the psychic impressions left on objects by their previous owners.
You
I'm
have
touching
to
the claw.
detect it for. Oh, is that all you? How you do
That
it?
is it. I don't roll a damn thing.
Yeah, it's like my
no,
thing
you have
too.
To
I
detect
also
magic. It's like the
No,
expiration
it's
activity of
just-
detecting magic.
No, it just acts similarly to the detect magic spell.
No,
fucking
detect magic.
read it.
Detect magic is an exploration activity. Who the hell raided me? How dare
Oh, I thought it
you?
was a spell.
Hi,
49
Kiko.
links to the
Hi,
dance.
Kiko. Sorry, I'm fucking pissed.
Kiko, get the hell out. Kiko,
No
get the
ads.
fuck.
Let me know. Someone type for Kiko to let me know when she's out of ads.
I also whenever I imagine
Nice
Flies by Night, I always imagine Kiko.
Embassy has picked a dance partner, and it's Kiko the cat folk.
Congratulations,
For
Appa,
the
for
whole time.
gifting your 100th sub on my channel. For that, I'm going to give you a song in return.
Yeah.
Thanks
hear
a
her.
lot. Without you, I'd be homeless. So thanks for subbing to me so much.
That didn't even rhyme.
That's-
What the fuck?
That's
Not all
Girl,
songs
get
can
out.
rhyme.
not
Get
all
out.
songs rhyme.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
One,
Who
one.
invited this guy?
But not all songs have to rhyme.
Fire the
Fine,
boss.
whatever. I'll just wait to do this next time we do a.
No,
Inspiration
you read it now when you do it properly.
I am reading it.
such.
You chose this class.
Yeah.
So now you have to live with the consequences. You can't just defer to next time.
Either way, you
In the
automatically.
meantime,
as a note,
in
hold
the
on, hold on.
meantime,
As a note, he does just find out. Like, detect magic, you just know. There's no roll or anything. Alright, so quickly, for those of you who don't know, I'm River the Bard. Thank you so much for the raid, Kiko. Did we get a shout out for you already? We did not. Where the fuck are my mods today?
You gotta do the dirty work, River.
I've got such a headache today. I posted about it, and I don't normally bitch when I'm in pain. And then just I even was like, I got like no patience today, and so everything's just all fucky wucky. There's your shout out, Kiko. Thank you so much for the raid. Please check out Kiko, guys. They are an absolute great one. Valentin is the naked one behind Solvay, but he's got eye patches on his titties.
Yay.
So, if you don't know who I am, I'm River the Bard. I do a lot of D&D, Pathfinder, and other TTRPG content. I'm partnered with Paizo. I work with Artel Sorian quite regularly. Most importantly, I'm the CEO of the amazing VTuber agency, Hero Factory. Hooray, Hero Factory.
Wow.
We've got a lot of really cool stuff going on with Hero Factory right now. So please, check out the various talents, see what's going on. And I believe that there's a really cool event happening soon, but I can't for the life of me remember when or where it is. Solvay?
It's tomorrow, April 20th, Hemlock Evergreen's big debut! It's at 1 p.m. PST or 4 p.m. EST over at twitch.tv/Hemlock Evergreen.
what if I
That's
live
right.
in Europe? What time is it in?
So we
I
also
don't know, you gotta figure that out.
we also
Wait, what if I live in Uganda? What would that be in?
I'm going to start strangling the players at this point. Just let me fucking talk. And then the Sirenscape just dies too. Why is nothing going right today? Today, that's alright. Tomorrow was good. Yes, ad read now. I'm also sponsored by Factor 75 right now. We're using all of the funds from the Factor 75 sponsorship to send Hero Factory talents like Valtria, Undyne, myself, Solvay, Aiko, the Hemlock, to TwitchCon. Consider checking out Factor 75 for like $60. You can get a week's worth of groceries from them with my sponsorship code. And for every person who signs up, it's $130 for the stream. So please do check it out. You have to be in the US and you have to be a new member.
God, I'm broke.
Jesus. There was more. Right, also, if you want to support the stream, you can do that. Or you can do that. There we go. Back to the game. So yeah, you touch it. There is no psychometric resonance.
Okay.
No negative vibes.
No, there was no significant thing. So this is like, as examples, it's fear from a victim's murder weapon, sorrow from a widower's wedding ring, joy from a child's beloved teddy bear. This is a scrap of clothing found on the ground. It's not like it's like a favorite shirt or something like that.
Well, I thought I might have had something from if the person was running for their life or something.
Maybe their shoes would, but why would they like attach it to their clothing, their shirt, and a piece that got ripped off of it that they probably didn't even notice at the time fell off? Can
we tell if the footsteps are going
you haven't found
outwards?
Any footsteps.
Oh, never mind. So I was just trying to see if we could see if Flies by Night was running like a cat runs with, shoes on.
Now it would be a tracking to try to figure out that information.
Anyway, I'm hoping that someone is going to come over and make an actual check.
Yeah, I can make another tracking.
Alright.
I use my cluing ability. Once per 10 minutes, I can share information with the triggering creature. They gain a circumstance bonus to the check equal to your circumstance bonus to blah blah blah. So you get a +1 to this.
Okay. Please.
The GM can add any relevant traits to this reaction depending on the situation, such as auditory and linguistic if you're conveying information verbally.
With a 13, thankfully, unlike before, the tracks are way easier to find here. This is because there was very much a fight. The problem is, it's all just random assorted chaos, and it's hard to figure out who was who in the battle. It looks like most people ran off in different directions, and it's hard to figure out where they particularly went or who was who. But there are very clearly lots of tracks here.
Can I specifically search for... We know that most of the people ran together away, but Flies by Night ended up alone. Are there any tracks that go away from the group?
They are, but they're way too big to be Flies by Night.
Yeah, but if Flies by Night got knocked out and then carried away, then those would be the tracks we would follow, right?
Yep, either that or if they were pursued closely behind, their tracks could be covered by whatever the bigger thing was.
In theory, that sounds about correct.
Or fur traces.
But could someone perhaps just see if this... Well, actually, now I could do it, because now I've already used my triggering reaction to give a +1. I would like to make a... I guess I would just... What sort of check? I guess I would just maybe do a perception check of some kind to see if the impact looks like it's the same size as Brocka's weapon.
Yeah. Go ahead. Roll me a check.
Where the hell is it? Oh, for God's sake. Oh, what? How? So, I guess I'll just roll a perception check in the box then.
I'm sorry, why is it a perception? What action were you doing?
Well, so...
This is an investigate, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Investigating
So it'd be
the
recall
technology.
knowledge.
I guess I was just reading on the case, and it says whenever you attempt a perception or skill check. So I assume that a perception check would also be one of the checks I could use.
I'd say that this is but that is the check that you can do, but it's not the action that you're doing. You're doing an investigate,
Okay.
which requires a recall knowledge. So you roll the recall knowledge, you get your +1 to it.
Okay, I guess I'll do another crafting check as like an engineering check to see if it's the same weapon that I recognize.
Yeah. It looks
This is
very
without.
similar.
This is without the +1, by the
Yep.
way.
It looks very similar. But you cannot conclusively 100% state that it's the same. Solveig has a very lovely voice.
Oh.
Why didn't you say that about me, Kiko?
Damn.
Why you gotta roast me like this?
Valentin's literally pulling a...
Because-
Kiko says she likes
Maybe the-
pancakes. Valentin,
So-
so you hate waffles?
Myrto,
Yeah,
with your
exactly.
tracking check,
Yeah, why are
tracking
you
check,
so
which-
mad,
with your
Valentin?
tracking check, Myrto, which, if I wasn't clear, was still a failure, even when you single out the big tracks, you actually lose them when it hits the tree line.
Okay.
Meaning that you don't feel confident that you're going to be able to follow these all the way into the next hex.
Okay.
Ibiza, you haven't done anything yet. Neither has Thatch.
Can I... Okay, so I have an idea. I don't know if I... Let me know if I can't do it. Visa will kind of take a look at Thatch. Thatch is kind of orange, right?
Yes, is it also okay, Sylvia, I know that you're very new to Pathfinder, and unfortunately, in most of my campaigns, especially Cyberpunk, when I know the system very well, I'm able to suggest things for people to do.
fine.
Pathfinder. Oh, a hydrate? Sorry, I don't have any alcohol today, so we're just hydrating with water, weirdly enough. However, which is why a lot of the times, guys, you need to know what your character class does and skills. Unlike D&D or Cyberpunk Red, I am as new to Pathfinder as most of you. So it's really important that, like, you read all of your stuff. I'm pretty sure, Ibiza, that there is some bardic abilities that are very, very helpful here. Such as bardic lore, which means that you can make recall knowledges on anything at all. Like, anything. Meaning it doesn't matter if you're trained in it or not. There's just, you have bardic lore where you know many things about stuff. And I'm pretty sure that there is certain bardic abilities, too, that you can do to increase other people's roles around you while they're investigating and such.
You said it's making informed on every subject. You are trained in bardic lore, a special lore skill that can only be used to recall knowledge.
But on any topic. Yeah.
Yes, if you have legendary vision in occultism, I do not.
Meaning that you are currently considered trained in every single recall knowledge check.
Okay.
Which is very funny, by the way.
Okay. So is there, I guess, anyone here trying to recall knowledge?
There were.
I think Valentin.
There were. Valentin was doing a recall knowledge craft check. But that's not only that what you have to do. You can make your own stuff, and that's for you, Solveig. Your bardic lore is for you. That's not something that buffs someone else. I'm pretty sure that there's another ability. I just don't know what it's called or where it is about bards in Pathfinder being able to give everybody circumstantial +1s. You'll have to read more about bards. But I did know about that lore thing. And yeah, chat. Why the fuck are you roasting me over not having alcohol for a change? We mean that's a good thing. No, it's not. I want whiskey.
I mean,
or vodka.
you're not gonna be like super drunk and be super tired.
Or plum wine.
Oh no.
Oh, I would love plum wine. I don't. The only time I get nice or fancy alcohol, Appo, is when you send it. When you, I like that's the only time I get the good shit.
So when I'm not like hindered by all these expensive things I have to pay for this year,
Yeah.
I will buy you more booze.
Oh, exciting. I can't wait to drink on a... I can't wait to drink something that's not shit. Alright, so Solveig, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm trying to look up really quick what recall knowledge does.
It's the equivalent of having a knowledge, like, arcana check in D&D.
Okay.
It's knowing stuff about things.
Got it. Okay.
They're different for each skill proficiency. So there's the recall knowledge, arcana recall knowledge, crafting recall knowledge, medicine, etc., etc. So you pick which skill you want to use, and then you have recall knowledge for it.
Solveig doesn't. Solveig does recall knowledge, bardic lore, and then just gets information about it. Like, that is what they are, and you can use bardic lore to recall knowledge on any topic.
Yeah, so it's lore bard or whatever, right? So there's a lore check too, isn't there?
Just do me a recall knowledge with bardic lore. I don't know how you'd set it up on your sheet. This is, again, sadly, you might need to go to Fantasy Grounds Academy and ask them how to set this up on your sheet.
So what you can do is...
I see it. Recall knowledge lore. You just do that on your sheet.
Wait, do what? I didn't do anything.
Actually, that doesn't seem to work. I just tested it. Yeah, so this is something that you'll want to go to Fantasy Grounds Academy, the Discord, and ask there on how to program it in.
Right. So what you can do is just add a custom skill on your skill check page, and then add whatever modifiers you need for your bardic lore.
Well, they also have to add it in activities.
Yeah. Oh, expand all. It doesn't add.
Recall knowledge, arcana, and crafting, but that's different, right?
The party... I have no clue. while the party and the players are trying to figure it out, chat, I want to check to see and make sure that Hemlock is not here right now.
But there is a recall knowledge lore, right?
Okay, good.
Right on.
Hemlock is not here.
There's
So,
religion,
while they're
society.
figuring this out, chat, remember it is Hemlock's debut tomorrow, and we have set up a kudo board for him. So, chat, I want as many of you as possible to go there and write something thoughtful about everyone's favorite Barbarian.
Don't read mine.
Be nice. Don't be
and then
mean.
I'd like everyone in chat to start talking and being active so we can hide the kudo board so it doesn't pop up should he come in.
Anyways,
Okay,
cheese. What's
hang on,
your favorite
hang on.
cheese chat?
No, not in the text chat.
Oh.
Thank you, chat. You're all beautiful. Mwah. But yeah, go write something sweet for him. Okay. So, Thatch and Solvay, do you guys have a general idea of what you want to do?
I'm trying to cause we're still kind of looking for Flies by Night, right? Or at least trying to track her down.
I don't know. You'll have to ask the party about what you're trying to do here. There seems to be very little party organization right now, with everyone doing small solo investigations without anybody tying it all together about what your goal is.
I've been
where you're going
trying
next, and
to,
what you're
but
trying
no
to
one
do.
else can make checks. What do you want me to do? I can't get people to do checks if they don't do checks.
I wrote horribly, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, I blame you for everything.
You know what?
They're
I
also-
take that.
There also might just come to a point where you guys are like, clearly we're not getting anything else done to the day. Maybe we should just, tent up. That's not me suggesting it. That's just me saying that if you guys cannot progress, it's either go in a random direction or try again in the morning.
I mean, I could just try to pursue a lead in another 10 minutes. So every 10 minutes, I could just try to pursue the lead again and try to do the check myself.
That is true.
Try that.
Yeah. I do want to ask, on that fabric, is there any blood?
A bit, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Could I make a recall knowledge medicine check on the blood to see, is it a week old? Is Flies by
Yes.
Night just dead?
Yes, you can roll that. Looks fresh. It seems like this injury was done when you expected it, when the fighting here happened.
Okay, so there's a chance
It also-
Flies by Night is still alive.
It also doesn't look like a lot of blood. It looks more like there was an injury, but not like a major one.
Okay. Well, since again,
There's also, because you rolled quite high, two different kinds of blood on this fabric. One is clearly what must be Flies by Night because it is red standard and what you should see, normally as blood. The other set of blood is boiling hot nearly. It's not enough to be bubbling, but when you put your hand over it, it's very, very warm. And you can see that now that you're looking into it more, the fabric is burned a little bit.
Could I do a nature check if there's any animals or creatures in general, monsters, whatever, that would have that type of blood?
There's lots, without needing to make a check. The problem would be
Oh.
narrowing it down to what kind of blood this is. That would be more medicine, and you didn't roll high enough to get that.
Oh, okay.
You just know that the blood is very strange and would not be Flies by Night, because if Flies by Night had blood that hot, Flies by Night would be being cooked from the inside. I really want to come back to Solvay and Thatch and give them a chance to do something. If you guys can't come up with any roles, or actions or activities to do, try role-playing around, chatting with the others, and maybe ask if there's any way that you can help them with what they're up to. but I want you guys to be included in what's going on, even if you don't really have any roles that you can do.
Okay. I kind of so I guess I kind of go to Vincent and I'm like, so what do we have, kid?
Oh, really helpful, thank you. So I describe all of the things that River just said, which is basically boiling down to this blood is still fresh, but there's two sets of blood. There's two sets of blood on this piece of fabric, which means something else got injured or spread blood at the same time. But this blood is like it's hot somehow, and it's still hot, even though it's been a while since the fight happened.
Wait, can I use that as an excuse to make another track check with new information?
I'll allow it. But I want to get Solvay involved first. So with these,
Yeah.
I try to think because what I was going to do is what Valentin just did with the investigating the blood thing. So I was trying to think of something else.
Why don't you? So bardic lore might give you different information than what Vincent's would, because bardic lore is more like legends and stories and tales. So maybe it's harder to scientifically categorize every single monster and creature that has warm blood. But maybe you could recall a story relating to something in these areas or something like that. You can also just role play with the others and ask, hey, how can I help? What can I do? And remember, Solvay, you're the leader. You give the orders. So that means that if you think... I need you to be the leader. If you think that they're being inefficient or out of, control, you can focus in their efforts. Like, you could tell them, hey, we haven't actually looked around at anything else in the area. No one did a general search of what else is here. Maybe someone should do that. Or, Murda, you're pretty good at tracking. Try to keep figuring out what these tracks are. Or, Victor, start figuring out the terrain in the area for where we're going to go next. But this group is in desperate need of someone taking charge right now.
I think if we go to the party sheet, let me just double check before I start making shit up. You can see what everyone's skills are, right? Yeah,
yep.
You can go and check their skills.
Nobody's a wisdom-based character apart from Joe, who isn't here. This party needs a cleric quite badly. Or a ranger.
Yeah. So anyway, Solvay, on the skill page, there's a blue button at the top that says "Add lore skill."
Wait, what? What
on
page?
the skills. It says "Add lore skill." If you add a lore, you can add bardic lore to it, and you can maybe make an activity check with bardic lore then.
Don't forget, too, some of you might have magic items that could help.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Also, wait, if I may suggest, you can probably, since it's have a battle, you can probably check for, maybe, markings, but can't have it as, oh, you remember, a bar fight that...
that would not be a bad idea. The only thing that has been found so far is the one out-of-place weird thing in the area that I described to Vincent. And remember, he didn't make any checks or anything. He just gets one thing that's out of place in the area. There could be more, there could be less. But everybody seemed to be like, that's the only thing here, because that's all anybody's interacted with.
Yep. Okay. I do have a list of things that I want to look for.
Okay, well, before we start going down a list, how about we just do a general perception check around the area? For starters.
Maybe I can
okay, I guess I'll do it.
No, I'll do it.
I have a +6.
I have a +7.
Sweet.
Vincent, remember, roll the search activity next time. Or the
right.
everything should be done in activities. Never roll base skills. I'm gonna allow it anyways, just for sake of speed. Now that you actually look around the area, apart from the out of cleared thing, I'm actually gonna describe this clearing. There are 3 mounds here with a bunch of dead plants kind of scattered around and on top of them of various colorful flowers that smell of rotting meat. There is blood splattered everywhere, all over the place from multiple fights having happened in this clearing. You also are very easily able to see areas of flash powder burns where their guns had been fired, swords had been slashed, and more. There is ripped, torn fabric and leather straps from armor and gear everywhere, as well as a general haphazard sense of broken and dropped things. This entire clearing... Yes?
This wasn't all here last time we were here, right? Like all of these things.
Some of this stuff is stuff that you guys dropped. Some of it would have been things that Chastity and her group dropped. But there is just very clearly some hefty fighting has gone down here multiple times. There are some of the trees to the north completely shattered, splintered, and broken. That was not like that the last time you were here. One of the mounds has an entire half of it kind of dented and pushed in, again different from before. What else is there? The smell of the jungle here is somehow hotter and more humid than it has been anywhere else, and there's this lingering, disgusting, sort of like, if you had to give it a color, it would be like a vomit green scent wafting around you all.
Scoutmaster.
Yeah.
Could you maybe spend some time trying to collect some of the gear and items here that's been dropped that could be useful?
Sure. Oh. Sure. I'll try to see what there is.
Okay.
Like, can I do a search?
You don't need to. You're just picking up everything. That's just going to take up time, right?
Okay.
I'll come back to you.
Wait, I can hear flies by night in the distance.
What?
What?
I heard a cat.
Are you sure?
I didn't hear a cat.
No, oh, he's trying to, because River's like...
I did hear a cat or something. I heard something. Oh, maybe it's a chair that I'm hearing.
None of my girls meowed. They're all asleep. Alright. What was
maybe it was from the music.
Oh yeah, Hestia, you're more than
like
welcome to.
sound.
I do just charge for my games though, but yeah, you'd be more than welcome. It wouldn't be right now. You'd be able to jump in for next time we play this one. Just shoot me a message on Discord. Alright, so now that we have a general sense of things, let's try to stay on focus, guys, and stop getting distracted by making and cracking jokes. Again, that's in the area. Thatch, you're picking shit up. Victor and Myrta and Vincent, what are you guys doing now that I've finally had the opportunity to describe the clearing to you all?
Question. So you said in the tree line there were some trees and branches that were
the big
broken and such. Are they close to the hill that was dented?
Yes, actually. It's, you can, draw a straight diagonal line from that tree line to the hill that was dented.
The next question I have is there hot blood in that area?
Roll me a search.
Would that be specifically a Sikh?
Yes, it would be.
Okay. Wait 1 second. My dice don't count. Oh, I did it secretly. Anyway, I was supposed to say my dice tower is covered by a window.
Yep. You look around and there's blood everywhere. You can't tell which of it could have been hot or not.
I'm going to bring this up to the rest of the group. essentially asking if anyone can help me.
Roleplay it.
So if we're searching around for evidence of maybe a path that they may have gone, the broken tree line is pretty close to that dented hill. Could anyone help me see if there's, I don't know, maybe traces of that warm blood in this area?
I sure can.
Okay.
Is that specifically a tracking? Or was it medicine again?
I'm sorry, I was tending to something. What?
If looking specifically for the warm blood, is it more of a medicine or is it a tracking?
I've already said it's a search or a seek.
Seek.
Okay.
With a 15, you are able to find that there is. At the site of the dent in the mound, there is hot blood kind of splattered about. You also find more things. Thatch is in the area picking up broken splinters of what appears to be wood and metal of various weapons.
Various weapons, as in conventional weapons or exotic ones?
As in pieces of stone, metal, and wood that look like they would form together into, pieces of weaponry, because it's weird finding, metal and wood in the side of this hill. You'll have to... Crafting?
I will do so.
You can't place what weapons these were, but they don't look modern.
So primitive ones.
They don't look modern.
Oh, so from a more ancient civilization, maybe? Okay, well, does it look like tracks lead into the jungle from here?
Tracking.
I can just search.
How is your tracking?
Probably better than yours.
Yeah, probably. Mine's is only a +4.
Yeah, I think mine's a let's see. It's a +5. Oh, why the fuck did that not roll secret? Oh, it's not
because tracking's not secret. With a 14, sadly again.
I'm gonna use a hero. I'm gonna use a hero point.
Okay.
Well, that's not much better.
It does beat the DC that I had set, though. With a 16, you are able to follow the big, hefty tracks, and you start having an understanding for what must have happened here. You go to the area with the shattered trees, the tracks lead right back to that area. It looks like some sort of very large creature jumped from the trees, landed on the mound, and the impact dented the ground.
So the impact we saw was not from weaponry.
No. These are two different impacts. So I would someone is anybody taking notes right now?
I'm just trying to understand your descriptions.
Right. I have said that there are two different impacts. The big
right.
one on the side of the mound. It would be good if someone was taking notes to keep track of it.
I was trying to get clarification for if it was the weapon impact or the mound impact.
Yes, this is the mound impact. So something leapt from the tree line, shattering the trees around it, landed on the side of the mound hard enough to leave a massive, kind of crater-like impact. and then engaged in a fight in and around that area, and then ran back the way it had came. You do not find Flies by Night's tracks.
Yeah, so either it was carried away by this creature, or Flies by Night got squished. But no, there was a lot of blood around the area.
The last thing that track picks up for you is that after the fighting, a third group showed up and engaged in a fight with something here, but you don't know what that was or who they were. That is the old weaponry that you're finding about that I said was broken.
Oh, so it could be people that sent this large creature ahead and then afterwards came to mop up, but then what's the face? The other group didn't mention fighting a different group, did they?
They did not. Chastity's group did not. The Chastity's group mentioned the big thing that crashed down and took Flies, and they skedaddled. They left. They didn't chase. They grabbed the stuff. Flies by Night got kidnapped, and they left. That was the story that they told you. So a third party showing up here and fighting something else that you don't know what or where or who, that completely different.
Also, I forgot to mention this earlier, but with the gifted sub I gave, I'd like to give that point to Valentin.
Oh, Valentin, get a hero point.
Oh, what about Vincent, though?
Let's try to keep focused on what's going on, rather than making jokes. Alright, so, there's some more information. Sylvain, I've been trying to prompt you for a while, you keep getting interrupted and talked over. Is there anything that you would like to do? A lot of information's just been dumped.
I also just ran to the bathroom, so I'm gonna say not right now, because it'd probably take me too long to figure it out.
Well, you know what will help, Ibiza? It sounds like everybody's gotten a lot of information right now. Why doesn't the captain call everybody together so that information is shared top to bottom, and you guys can start getting the pieces of the puzzle that you have and an understanding of what other pieces you may need still.
Okay.
So roleplay that, maybe, Sylvain, Captain. I hope I didn't put you on the spot or anything, Sylvain. Are you all right?
Overstimulated right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Overstimulated?
I'm trying to
because
to reduce.
It did his ASMR voice.
I'm very stimulating, I'm told. I'm trying to reduce the stimulation by getting you guys to concisely and comprehensively group back up together and go top to bottom from what you found, and hopefully someone will take notes.
Go ahead and take notes. If I can find where notes are. There they are.
Player characters notes. You can
this
button, make a note there, and then you can mark it off as public.
To sum up, we have this tree line. Large creature came bursting through, made itself known to Chastity's group. They grabbed their stuff and left, and Flies by Night probably got taken away by this large creature. Then afterwards, it seems like a third group came by, or another group rather, and for a different group, or did they fight the monster? No, there's two different sets of gear, right? It's not just this other weaponry. Does it look like? Because you said they were like burn marks from.
Go over the facts for now, and not additional questions. Oh, I want to get top to bottom for what you already know, and then you can fill in the blanks
again, I'm trying to. You said that there was gunpowder marks, right?
Yes.
Yes. So there's fighting going on from some set of more modern weaponry, and then also there's other ones. So there's possibilities of two other groups clashing here after the monster was fighting, but Chassis's group wouldn't have been able to see it. And Scoutmaster, the weaponry that you've collected, is it gear from 3 separate groups?
You asking me?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, from what I found, it looked like to be pieces of broken weaponry. Like some of the
Sorry.
few.
But there's no bodies around. There's just blood. So there's been a huge scuffle here after we were here last time. That's about what I have from my information. What about you, Marta?
Well, I'd given you the information of realizing that the line, it's a straight line from the broken tree line up until the dented hill. That's pretty much the most I've been able to find. I've kind of been struggling to track at this time.
Mr. Victor, do you have anything to add?
Unfortunately, no. I tried to see if I could help track him out, but couldn't really find anything.
Okay. So from my understanding, and I point to the direction of the broken trees, that's the direction that Flies by Night probably went to. And this other scuffle that's been happening here is a new set of problems that might arrive in the future, but we don't know enough about it just yet. So, Captain, we can try to investigate this scuffle more if you would like, or we can try to follow Flies by Night. It's getting a bit late though, so it could be dangerous to move into the night.
Okay, sorry, just to clarify, because I was writing everything down. Does it look like the creature broke through the tree line and then jumped onto the mound, or jumped from the mound and went through the tree line?
Oh, right. Are the trees broken inwards or outwards?
They're broken outwards. The creature clearly jumped out of the tree line, landed on the mound. The trees are shattered and broken higher up. Then it ran its way back into the tree line.
So, okay, so...
Vincent, you start having to track it in the tree line by broken branches, as it did not stay on the ground.
So it flew or jumped? It was climbing through trees.
Inconclusive, but it's clear that it didn't need to walk on the ground once it made it back into the tree line.
Could someone maybe climb a tree to see if the top of the trees are having signs of moving through them?
Thatch.
It would be yet another track.
Of course. I'm the one to ask.
You have a climb speed
That's just-
dash, so you don't need to worry about rolling any check at least to get up there.
Alright, cool. And it'll be a trap?
It would be, yes.
Okay, why? Check.
You get a +1 to this check because I feel like there's been more than 10 minutes.
In case my model is tracking weirdly, it's because Pixel has come up and demanded to be held and hugged.
If all traveling up your laptop's babies. Okay, so
I love you, Pixel.
okay, I just click alright, I just click the dice, right?
Yes. Not like that though. Oh no, wait, it is a tracking.
Tracking is
and then a +1 to that.
with a total of an 18
So-
thatch in the
18.
upper branches of the trees. Yes, it's very clear that whatever this was, it didn't ever break above the tree line. It's mostly the upper branches. But from your perspective now in the trees, you find something strange. All of the trees are damp near the broken areas.
Damp.
They're
Damp.
moist.
Damp. Moist.
Yeah, moist.
So
They're wet for some reason.
so it could be like something that is amphibious that's been climbing through, like maybe a frogish person. If
If it's more, you also
Whatever
saw
it
the
was-
blood from Flies by Night, so it
Whatever-
could just be like
Whatever it was must have had significant weight to do the damage to these branches and these trees.
Right.
And the vines. These are thick
But-
jungle vines and thick jungle branches. They're pretty sturdy.
now, could I do a recall knowledge nature to like add those pieces of like trace together, like the hot blood, the like possibility of a amphibian creature, maybe a frog, because it could leap and then kept on going through the trees.
So why are you making these checks, by the way?
I'm just asking if I could.
No. I like what's the end goal? Are you trying to figure out what the creature is?
Yeah, why not?
Victor knows what the creature is. He did this check weeks ago.
Oh, why didn't he tell us?
He did.
He did weeks ago.
Yeah, but
Wiccan
I don't know. Ask Eldritch what it was. This is why I was asking. Is anybody
It was
taking
the-
notes? You guys just spent like 40 minutes, I think, trying to get information that you already had.
it was the crab, remember?
Not the crab.
No,
No, it's not a crab.
It
Not a
was
crab.
the Wiccan tree. It's essentially just old sailor's tale. It steals souls from passing sailors who whistle and hates lavender oil.
Go ahead, Vincent. You can now roll me your check to see if you can get any more information out of that with your nature. But
okay.
I think that information that Victor had, I thought that you guys were still aware of that he had it. Everyone but Solvay, at least.
We barely ever play this campaign, River.
Right, so note-taking's really important. Remember, there is on the Fantasy Grounds a way you can take notes there and share them publicly. You know what? I'm gonna award Doddle. You're getting a hero point for having a publicly shared journal on that note page for everyone to be able to read. Go ahead and gain a hero point, Doddle.
I've been
Yay.
taking notes for this whole thing. I don't know how you do it publicly.
So under the player tab on the right, there is a tab that says notes. If you click that, it opens it up, and you'll see all the notes that everybody has made and how they've kept public, like how to read the map that you guys have, and what the chicken scratch and things mean. You can hit the green plus button and make your own note and then share it publicly. That way, too, if, like Egg, you're not here, your notes can still be a huge benefit to the party. It is probably one of my favorite Fantasy Grounds features, and Kim is probably the person who uses it the best. Everyone's probably looking at the notes right now. But those notes are super helpful for you guys to, figure out what you're doing.
Is there a way to copy what I wrote in one section and paste it?
Yeah, Control C, Control V
How do I highlight everything though?
with your mouse.
I can't. It doesn't highlight.
What do you mean it doesn't highlight?
So like I'm on my character sheet and I just put it into character notes because I didn't know where else to put it. I can't highlight anything in
One
there.
sec. Let me check.
Yeah, no, it's true. You can't highlight anything.
Whoever made this, like, thing for Fantasy Grounds infuriates me.
It's okay. I type fast.
Yeah, wow, you actually can't. I'm furious. I asked them to let my Cyberpunk Red team remake it because it's made really poorly, and they told me no. It's why we're making our own virtual tabletop right now. When people tell me no, I go off and I do my own thing.
Well, Captain, it's your call. What we want to do, if we want to rest or if we want to pursue this lead.
River. How long is it until nighttime?
Getting a rest would probably be for the best. It also sounds like the players and the characters need a little bit to sit down and actually talk and figure out what they're doing and what's going on.
Okay.
So, it'd be not a bad idea to start setting up camp. And normally I have roleplay and checks involved in setting up camp and such like that. But right now, as the DM, this party is in critical need of getting its shit in order, in my opinion. Meaning, so I'm just going to skip straight through the normal roleplay. And it is dinner time. And all of you are aware that without Shirk, everything seemed extremely disorganized. Without Shirk and Joe, extremely disorganized and extremely haphazard today. Dr. Liardon brings up the fact that, you could just name me Captain Ibiza, and then I'll be the one to make all of the decisions and lead the way for us. It's clear that without my then we are all going to die. None of you are standing up or taking lead. I just watched you all fumble around for what felt like hours, getting nothing done, the doctor says.
To be fair, I couldn't really take lead because I kept getting talked over.
And that's... Well, Ibiza, say that in character.
I don't know how to say that in character.
Just
say it.
You go, well, I have been... Or just go, well, I have been...
This is an example. The captain was just trying to speak, Thatch, and you cut them off again.
I'm sorry.
Anytime that they get called upon and the captain tries to arrange their thoughts and think about what they need to do, one of you chimes in with information that's not relevant to what we're currently doing. Let them speak for themselves. Or step down and let me take over. Because we are all going to die like this. Half a day has been wasted standing around. You all have skills. Vincent found stuff. Myrta, you were good at tracking. And yet none of those skills were utilized or focused on at all. I think it's time for you to all step back and let a superior intellect take over.
Even if we did, what do you think is that going to stop what's her name, Chastity or whatever, from still trying to get her way?
A unified group can prevent that.
Gotta be unified first. You have two separate camps.
Chat.
You're just part of one of them.
Chat's shouting out Liardon is a gold medal instigator. And if you would all fall in line, we could be a unified one with far more numbers than she has.
Hard to fall in line with an arrogant prick.
My attitude does not denote incompetence. Your incompetence denotes your attitude.
Okay, can we maybe not try to get in each other's necks right now? for the time being. Okay, so we need to take charge, right? Then, fine. How
The
about
captain needs
we
to
got
take
everything that we
charge.
have, and it's the evening. How about we rest up here for the day, and then by morning we continue on with tracking flights by night. We can have Mirta track and Vincent with navigation.
Liarden looks to you, Ibiza.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, but
Take your time, Sylvain. I know you're new to the campaign, so I'm not going to say that this pause is in character. This pausing is out of character. Do you need some guidance out of character, Sylvain?
oh, it's okay. Just go ahead. I just need a second.
Okay. Why
It's
don't we
fantastic.
actually take a little break right now? We're about halfway through the session anyways. We're 2 hours in. I think grabbing some water, going to the bathroom, and taking a break as your characters are taking a break will be beneficial to everyone. So we'll be back in 5 minutes. My ads just started too, so it's great timing. We're going to be back, guys, in 5-10 minutes. Just give everybody a little bit of time to breathe a little bit and figure out where they want to go from here. Back in a moment, chat.
I'm like,
Hello,
down.
everybody. We are back. We had a short conversation out of character. Also, Warlock is here because he's super hot and handsome, and I forgot to ask him to leave. So you can just stay the rest of the night if you want, Warlock. There you are, right over there. Pat, 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 pat. The spirit of Shirk floats in the fire tonight.
You got this, guys.
All right.
Dancing and seducing me like Esmeralda.
You.
So, again, everybody sits around the fire. Dr. Liardon, as always, is the designated party pooper and has took the wind out of everyone's sails after once again lecturing everybody on things like chain of command and, making a somewhat hostile attempt to take over leadership. The party looks to the current captain, Ibiza.
All right. Ibiza will stand up, brushes himself off, clasps his hands together. All right. As abrasive as that was, there is a large chunk of truth in his words. However, it is getting late. I think things are getting a little bit heated right now. So let's all get a rest. That is very duly noted. We have already pulled information, right?
Yes.
Okay. We've pooled our information together. In the morning, we will go towards that massive gap in the trees where a creature possibly drug your friend off. And in the morning, we will begin again. And we will work together to find... He pauses.
Flies by night?
Flies by night. Yes, flies by night. Thank you. Thank you, Thatch. Thank you.
Dr. Liardon rolls his eyes. This isn't the first time I've heard all of you trying to get your shit together. This is my last straw with you all.
Fine. This is our last shot with you.
What, you're gonna go off on your own? Go in the woods? Die there by yourself?
No, I will take control of the group.
No,
We'll try.
you. No, we follow. I was gonna say for a minute. No, we follow Ibiza. Oh,
Then lead and prove me wrong, or fail and prove me right for the final time.
Like it or not, we all need each other. We need Dr. Liardian, as abrasive as he is. And Dr. Liardian, you do need us. In an island like this, with these crazy monsters that are running around, there is safety in numbers. It is a mutually beneficial working relationship. I understand your frustration, Dr. Liardian. Let us all go ahead. Who's first watch? Because I know last time I fucked it up.
Well, Captain, that would be your choice.
Okay.
There is a total of 6 watches needed. I will say that Joe is here to take the 4th watch.
Okay.
Which is what he was on before. On the party sheet, remember, you can see the current order. If you,
So on the party sheet, it shows me, Joe, Myrta, Thatch, Victor, and Vincent. That's the order that I see.
Yep, that is the correct order.
Okay, so Joe would be second then, and I'd be first. Okay.
No, weirdly enough, he's 4th for me. Are you on the main page,
No.
or did you go to the order tab?
Oh,
No,
I'm
he's
on
second
the
for
main
us.
page.
Go to the order tab. Not only is that the party order, but you'll also see your guys' marching order. You can move yourselves around there. I have to clear Shirk off of it. So you should see that is when you're traveling through the jungle, the current order I imagine you traveling in.
Okay. Sounds good. So I will go ahead. I will take the first watch. Please get the rest that you need so that we can resume our activities in the morning. Thatch, I will wake you up in a couple of hours.
Yes, Captain. He kind of lives at Liarden.
I'm sorry, did you say something? I couldn't hear you over the sound of idiocy.
He said that he said to get to bed, Doctor.
Right, let's all please stop trying to provoke each other.
Very well, Captain. Dr. Liardon, the elf, shoots a smug, satisfied glance back at you, Ibiza. You don't need a sense motive. He expects you to fail.
That's
Time
fine.
to prove
I
this
expect you to fail.
asshole wrong. He
Okay,
beds down for the evening. First watch. Ibiza.
Yes.
I would like you to tell me what you're doing to stay awake, and then please roll me a seek to make sure that the group is not attacked in the evening.
All right.
A stretch. Thanks for the stretch, Delio Gonzo.
Hi, Delio. I will say that I'll go ahead and I'll do what Ibiza will probably almost always do during this time, and he will play a little bit of soft music. And then seek. It's under activities?
Yes, it should be.
Okay, seek. Got it. Grab it, or just click. There we go.
More lo-fi.
Yay.
You play a comfortable sort of tune to keep yourself awake. It wafts over the jungle trees along with the smoke from your fire. You've chosen to camp out amidst all of these mounds, and it casts strange shadows and odd dancing lights throughout the area. Battles and blood and more has happened here. You think back on your travels and how you ended up here today. How you ended up in charge once again. How you ended up with an advisor who very clearly has it out for you. Your thoughts are troubled.
Indeed.
Do you do anything to console or comfort yourself, or is it just playing music and seeming a little spacey and far off?
Say that playing the music itself would be a form of comfort.
All right. Thatch is quite good at waking up early, and wakes up a little bit early before his watch, and you see Ibiza sitting out there on, a little bit of dirt or log or tree that they've gathered together so they could sit comfortably and keep an eye on the camp and everyone. Thatch, what do you do?
Well, I approach Ibiza and I just kind of walk up to her and I'm like, hey, can I maybe sit down with you? And just listen.
Say unbreaking in his performance, he gives a small nod.
Alright, that's just kind of like, that's, he listens, and then he's kind of like, okay, can I make like a perception? Like, do I notice, like, if Ibiza, if he's like, upset, or if he's like,
Are you trying to hide that you're a little bit, contemplative tonight, or are you wearing that openly, Ibiza? Although you are wearing a mask, I just remembered, so it's probably hard to tell, meaning I think that a sense motive is going to be needed, Thatch. And, Ibiza, you can tell Thatch what their sense motive gets.
Okay.
It should be in activities. Under perception, Doddle. Remember, you can use the chat, like there should be a little bar that you can type words in, and you should find sense motive. It's actually under basic actions.
I see it. Oh, I forgot to target Ibiza. Oops.
You didn't need to. Thatch, I'm going to say right now that it's a failure. The light from the fire casts odd shadows off of Ibiza's mask. Although the tune sounds, how would you describe it, Abiza?
I would say that it is a very it's a slower tune, probably more akin to something that one might hear in a like a lofty ballad than anything else. So very, very airy, very light, very like slower rhythm.
I that's nice tune. Is that what you're going to play when you? Is that going to play? Are you going to play that to a last when we get out of this island?
Stops playing for a moment. Well, I do know other tunes besides just this one. Although, they're a bit louder and faster, and frankly, I don't want to wake everybody up.
Understandable. And plus, if I know the ladies, trust me, I do. Some of them do prefer a more calmer tone. Not everything has to be fast.
True. Aviza will turn his head towards Thatch. You're up a little bit early. Aren't you okay?
Well, it's just what that damn doctor said. And what's been happening recently. I mean, what? Shirk decided to just leave to be in this temple? I mean, without him around, it just feels like I'm just lost. I mean, that's not to say this because of you. I mean, you literally just jumped on it because because Vince and Victor decided, hey, maybe we should have you join in because captains are people that usually don't want jobs. And I'm feeling kind of guilty because I probably should have just said something to prevent that.
Don't worry about it. This isn't exactly the first time I've been in charge of a group of people. I can't say I exactly have a positive history in the subject, so... but never mind that. It's a lot to take in. Obviously, I don't have the same connection with your friend as you all do, so I'm sure this is all weighing on your shoulders a lot more heavier than it is mine. So it's understandable that things would get a little heated, and someone who already seems like they're, well, particularly hot-headed, and he'll kind of like gesture almost with like the nose of his mask towards Dr. Liardian for a moment before looking back to Thatch. I can see that they might get even more hot-headed. At the moment, though, we do all need each other. We need Dr. Liardian. I'm assuming he's the only one with medical knowledge in this group. And like I said, he does need us because who was it that said that, you know, if you just go off into the jungle, you'll probably die? Was that
Victor?
Victor? Victor?
Yeah,
it's Victor.
As Victor mentioned, if he just goes off into the woods, he'll probably perish, and then we'll be without a medic. So as difficult as he is to deal with, I think it's best that we just try to, well, do our best. Because we also need you, and we need Myrta and Joe and Victor and, well, Vincent's a small child, so if anything, I feel like we might be protecting him. But I'm sure we need him as well. Everyone has their part to play.
Oh, me, well, definitely Joe, Mirta, Vincent, and even Victor for the most part. But me, I mean, I'm not really a. Like, he kind of just says what he goes. I'm not really useful so far. I mean, what have I done? I accidentally set up a trap for that basically made me lose my sword to a point where, well, I don't even know if the sword I got is mine. It could just be some hallucination, despite feeling real to me. And oh yeah, and also be Vincent's guardian and make sure that he doesn't die, just so I don't go to hell. And the funny thing is that even if he dies, he'll just use my soul to revive himself. So really, it's just me making sure that I don't die.
Ibiza pauses for a moment. Well, I've only known you for a brief amount of time, so it's a bit hard to weigh in on what I think you're good at. However, I will say that I cannot for the life of me climb a tree nearly half as fast as you can. In fact, I don't think I can even climb a tree at all. I am not exactly very strong, to be fair. So, sometimes... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I said, well, when you've lived in trees for your life, it kind of becomes second nature.
Well, that is definitely a talent, I would say. Don't sell yourself too short, Thatch. Sometimes our talents lie elsewhere. Sometimes we're in an environment that's strange and hostile and unfamiliar, and it can make us feel very like a fish out of water. And maybe that's how you're feeling right now, and it's making you feel like you're not contributing, but every pair of hands is contributing to finding your friend. I'm sure there are things that you're good at, Thatch. And even if you're on a journey of self-discovery, you will discover them.
Yeah, I hope so. Because if not, then maybe the people back home are right. I'm not, maybe to the not, then maybe they'll just prove the people back home right. That I'm just someone who doesn't care enough about things. He only cares about himself to just he only cares about himself to let things try to deal with. If that makes sense, whatever.
Sounds like the people back at your home weren't very confident in you. Is that what you're saying?
More or less. It is tradition to leave home and just hope that everything resolves itself.
All the more reason to prove them wrong. Sometimes people like that don't know glory if it bites them on the ass.
Oh, maybe you're right. Well, I think it's my time to do the watch now. Unless you want to stay up more and play music.
Up for a few minutes and keep you company, but then I'm going to head to bed.
Sure.
Eventually,
I'll try.
bed is had. I do need to cut the scene short, so this way we can
Yes,
have
yes.
others. Ibiza, you head to sleep thinking about your newfound responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Thatch, same deal for you. I need a seek, please, and thank you. And, Murta, are you the sort who sleeps in or wakes up early? A posse! Hey!
I'm here. I'm here. I stuttered.
I missed you. Hi.
I missed you too.
I love you.
You.
Okay, e-girl stuff, dangerous. Let's move on. Are you the kind that sleeps in, or do you need to be woken up?
That was synonymous.
Yes,
I need to be woken up.
I stuttered. Okay, you need to be woken up. Good. Thatch, your watch passes uneventfully, and soon it's time for you to go get up Myrta. How do you wake her up today? You recall the last few times people have woken her up poorly, she has resulted in violence. I think that you recall one time she literally just drove her axe into somebody.
To be clear, the last 2 times it's been Thatch, and it's not gone well.
That's right, Thatch. You remember the last 2 times you've wake up Myrta have been difficult.
Okay, that's just like he recalls that he got kicked and punched the last time he woke up Murta, so he just kind of gently, nudges her like, "Hey, wakey, wakey."
Huh? Oh, you've learned.
Of course I'm not going to do what of course I
Just
learned.
pulls an axe from under the pillow.
Flex him anyway. I sit up and I look to Thatch and just go, I appreciate it.
You're welcome, he says before he quickly goes back to sleep so he doesn't get punched or anything.
Murder, you don't know why. You just have, the biggest urge to punch.
I don't know if you make it out like that. I would say I need a will save to not punch him. But no, I let him go to rest without physically beating the crap out of him.
Okay.
No physical harm.
All right, you know the drill. Seek me.
Yes. To my sheet. Baba. Please be a double digit.
With what you rolled, right? Secret checks. You feel pretty confident that there's nothing really happening or going on around your camp. You think that it is generally safe. It's a quiet night. You look around. You also have been outside most of the chaos that happened by giving a general attitude of fuck around and find out. Nobody in Chastity's group insults or tries to treat you poorly, and even Dr. Liardon seems to treat you with a respect born mostly out of fear. You realize you likely have a lot more control of the situation than some of the other crew members, especially poor Thatch, who has been Dr. Liardon's victim now time and time again.
I look around, making sure everyone's asleep.
Everyone is, apart from Dr. Liardon. It's strange, as you come to the realization, anytime you have been on watch, Liardon is always up. He's not doing anything, he's just sitting, scribbling in a journal, it looks like, near the fire. very close to the group. Closer than he is when he sleeps, generally. You can roll me a sense motive if you'd like.
You know what? Yeah, let's do it.
He must just have trouble sleeping.
I mean, I have my assumptions, but yeah. What's keeping you up late, Doctor?
Work. When the inevitable failure happens, someone will need to take charge. I'm compiling notes of your investigations.
I would like to ask, why do you feel you need to be in charge specifically?
I am the most intelligent person here. Leadership suits me the best. Intelligence, knowledge, is what will see us through this trial. Not charisma, good looks, or the ability to speak well. An understanding of our situation and how dire it truly is. An acceptance of that fact, and a skilled intellect to see us forwards. Civilization flounders and fails without good intellect.
Yes, but usually that intellect isn't on the forefront.
What do you mean by that?
Wouldn't you agree that intelligence works best out of the spotlight?
He closes his journal. No, and I would say that history disproves it as well. Look at the short history that the world's been through. Empires rise and fall, none founded on intellect, but instead attempts to found it on military might, moralistic ideals.
And pretty words.
Exactly. A true nation, a true country founded on the merits, the intellect of its members would be able to lead the planet to a fresh utopia. However, unfortunately, the unwashed masses, and he looks over at Thatch, will constantly tear down the intelligent. The strong always seek to impose their will, which prevents us from proceeding any further. We won't grow as a society until they are dealt with.
What would be the harm in guiding them instead?
Their incompetence. They can't learn. The lack of intellect proves that. The fear of knowledge and curiosity. Some people, Murta, are just beyond saving. Best to cull them as quickly as possible and remove them from the genetic pool, if you ask me.
Would you think them below a dog?
No. A dog is loyal, a dog has its limitations, and a dog does not get to dictate how society should function. The stupid, unfortunately, do. A dog knows its place and remains in it. The stupid aim for lofty heights that they could never live up to. Unfortunately, my viewpoints are considered revolutionary by some. I published a book, Eugenics and You. It was cast out from Sylvain.
Yes.
Sylvain!
Look off to the side and just exhales.
You put the U in eugenics.
Eugenics and You, a guide to a smarter society. Unfortunately, I was cast out. My plan considered problematic.
I see. Well, maybe in the meantime, you would do better to work your advisor role a bit more to your advantage, maybe?
Advisor. I have no business being an advisor. You asked me why I believe I should lead, and that is why. I will offer what help is needed to get us off this island, as I have said, and I will do so willingly. Nothing more and nothing less. I will not bow my head to someone who is incompetent. I'd honestly rather lose it.
I mean, with the rate that you're going, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
You'd think that, but I've prepared for every eventuality now.
Is that why you're awake now?
Why do you think that Shirk is no longer with us?
Mostly because he's into Vor, but... actual reasons? You wanted to leave him behind.
Dr. Liardon says nothing. Left him behind or not. When you looked at the two of us, which one of us was on more borrowed time, did you feel? He made his mistakes. I simply pointed them out. It won't be long before our new captain makes the same fumbles, puts us in the same situation, and then watches slowly as the crew turns inwards on them. I won't have to do anything this time. The crew already proved themselves mutinous. If they're willing to overthrow one captain, they'll be willing to try to overthrow the next. You have to cut the cancer out, Myrta, not let it grow and fester and gain power.
Myrta kind of smiles and goes, "Cut the cancer out, huh?"
Yes, with swift action. And again, the unfortunate, incompetent ones in the crew will rise up against Ibiza soon.
That is, unless you turn out to be wrong and Ibiza turns out to be competent.
I've never been wrong.
Really, you were born right. You were born correct. You didn't have to learn anything.
It's the curse and the burden that I carry. Being the smartest person in the room has a lonely feeling to it. Try being the smartest person in the country or the world. Warlock.
I would never consider myself to have ever been the smartest in the room, the most intelligent. But I am patient. And I find that patience pays many dividends.
Well, we'll see. And Dr. Liardon looks again towards the crew. We'll see if the cancer grows and festers and kills its host when nothing is done, or if Ibiza will act and cut out the dead weight keeping us back. And again, Dr. Liardon stares in particular at poor Thatch, who he has had it out for since the shipwreck. For little to no reason. Donald, I want to let you know that this is purely in character as well, and I like you very much out of character, okay?
Yeah,
I want to vibe check with you and make sure that you don't feel like I bully you out of character, and I want to reiterate, I am bullying you in character, so...
Don't worry, that's just literally playing something on Liardon.
First Shirk, now Thatch River, you evil monster.
Hey, man. Liardon did exactly what he said he was going to do. Multiple times.
Hey, in no iteration of this campaign is that man made it out alive. Let's see if he breaks the cycle this time.
This is very much true. I've run Making Waves 3 times, and every time the crew eventually get fed up with Dr. Liardon and very rightfully murder him. He has not successfully made it off the island once. The little past montage, Dr. Liardon has died to being thrown off a cliff. What was it? Hung? Or was he shot? I forget which he was in yours, Victor.
Oh, in ours, no, he died. He was in combat once with Chastity and her bruiser around him.
Yeah, Chastity and Goot Roger saw an opportunity to jump his ass and very much did.
Yeah. My character in that one figured out what happened, just said nothing about it.
Yeah, they killed him off screen, and then the party figured out later on what happened, and they were just like, yeah, okay, we're fine with this, and it was never brought up. So he was thrown off a cliff once, he was either shot or hung another time, and then the third time, Chastity just off-screened him, and the party went, alright, we're okay with this. Liardon is my least liked character I have ever run. I hate role-playing as him. I feel unclean every time.
Who knew? The man who supports eugenics, not popular.
So, Mirza stands up from that spot and walks away. She looks over towards him.
He's watching you walk away, but tries to look away when you turn back to him. As if he didn't care what you were doing.
I find a nice, log to sit on. And I face him as I'm sitting down. And I simply clean my axe.
He seems nervous for the rest of the evening. Eldritch, what we're going to do to introduce Bob, by the way, is that Bob was here the whole time, and just everything that happened to Victor instead happened to Bob. Okay?
Okay.
So you're playing Victor currently, but anything you do tonight will instead have happened to Bob, just as a note, when you switch characters. So,
Victor actually says, hey, actually, I have a confession. My real name is Bob.
I'm a robot, and he just rips off his skin. He's like, hey, Murder, you know how you can change shape? Well, watch this.
No, River. The best thing would have been if he just ripped his skin and revealed it was Davy Bones all along.
I campaign... yeah, Davy Bones is the other character that he's played in my campaigns, which, by the way, Davy Bones and Murta know each other, meaning I campaigned so hard to try to convince him to play Davy Bones in this Apo, to be like, oh yeah, you guys will see each other. But regardless, I'm going to skip Joe's watch, Murta, and just say that, we're going to do Joe and Vincent's, and we're going to do some timey-wimey shit, and you woke up right before Victor's watch, and the two of you are just sitting together if you want to have a roleplay scene.
Sure.
Ibiza, you've got enough rest by now that you could be awake and engage in the roleplay as well and have a three-way. Conversation.
What?
Conversation! Conversation!
Fine. Ibiza will, get up and be involved in the conversation.
Go ahead. So the three of you are sitting around the fire. Technically, it's Victor's watch, but, you're all good. That means the only two people actually sleeping are Thatch and Liardon right now.
Mm-hmm.
We could do it. No one would know.
He fears me.
Victor will just kind of look Mirta up. I'm sure there's a lot of men who fear you.
I'm assuming you're talking about the doctor.
Yes.
You're right. We could do it, and let's take solace in the knowledge that no matter what he says or what hot air he spills, you are right. We could But in my opinion, at the moment, I don't believe we should.
Oh, I couldn't really care less about him, to be honest. I'm only hoping to be on this island long enough till my employers can find my location and I get out of here.
I would like to note that he informed me that he has written a book called Eugenics in Me. Just, something to add to his already overbearing charm.
You could say that really speaks volumes.
Way too many.
He is not in any way a savory person, but we do need him at the moment. Indeed, as you said, a medic is a medic, and unfortunately, this is the medic that we have been given, as insufferable as he is.
Look, if Chastity could heal people by spreading her legs, this would be a shut case, but unfortunately that's not the magic she possesses.
That may have been one of the shadiest comments I have ever fucking heard. That was shade. Back at the beach camp, Chastity sneezes.
Well, I don't exactly know who this Chastity is. That sounded like an insult, though.
The name is very ironic.
Ah, I see.
Would you like to know... I guess, would you like to, in a sense, meet her?
One could say religiously, even. It would be fun.
Simply put... Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good.
You suddenly have an understanding, both Murta and Victor. Ibiza is the captain and has no idea about the warring factions in your crew. Because they have not met Chastity, and this is their first time hearing Chastity's actual name.
That's a fair point.
In which I was going to make it so he could also meet Chastity.
Yeah, so you become
Weird
Chastity.
to change his form into Chastity. Yeah.
Do you remember Chastity's physical description?
I believe we have it written down. Yeah, tiefling. Yes. I love the don't fuck her.
Yeah.
No,
Hank wrote don't fuck her in his notes.
And then what did Shirk do?
Yeah, no, Shirk legit remember Bracco's the quartermaster's one thing he told Shirk not to do was do not fuck Chastity. And then people had sex with Chastity. Yes, Chastity is a tiefling. She has curled ram-like horns and dark kind of brownish black hair that's tied up in a high and efficient ponytail. Her face is very kind of like heart-shaped, and she has a body that is very athletic, a sailor's body, someone who's been at sea for quite some time, so good upper body strength, very, very lean, and agile she looks like.
Ibiza kind of, like, you see the mask, like, go up and down as he kind of looks Chastity up and down, and he pauses for a moment. Very useful. Well, at least I now know what Chastity looks like, but I can't say it's quite the same as actually meeting her. But as far as meeting her goes, we will have to put a pin in that. It does feel like finding Flies by Night is probably going to take precedence, but we will come back to, and he kind of like waves his hand, all of this.
I mean, I'm going to level with you. I'm like, I would put gold on her Lunky having knocked him in the skull and killed him. They just left his body out here. Her body out here.
Because of the weapon intent mark, is that correct?
Yeah, it's a fair guess on the fact that they're not exactly above killing people they don't like,
I see.
or wanting to, at the very least.
Is there a reason that they didn't like Flies by Night?
I'm going to level with you real hard right here, Captain. I joined this crew a day before we met you. I don't know the full story. Mirta here, on the other hand, may.
You'll note that Mirta is dead staring at Liarden and just kind of going, what if I killed him as Chastity?
I mean, I think Chastity may be confused, but I don't think it's gonna. It's just gonna be ending up with how she wants to happen. We're down the man of medicine, and then Chastity has sway.
Yeah. Mirta shakes her head and then changes their form back to their regular form. And goes, thoughts for another time. We were speaking on what? The drama amongst the group?
Yes, why does Chastity and her little clique not like Flies by Night?
Well, the thing is, I can't really see a reason for them to particularly dislike Flies by Night. Possibly not agree, but
Not enough to kill.
no.
Flies by Night is just a mercenary through and through. Most gold,
Yeah.
that's how they operate.
Flies by Night also wasn't really disliked by anyone. As with me, she was largely left alone.
Maybe Chastity wasn't crazy and talking off her ass after all. And Victor's just gonna hold that vial of lavender a little harder, looking around.
It's also quite possible that, if Flies by Night was being paid for something that Chastity didn't, I don't know, agree with, that's a possibility.
Maybe she knows that Liarden has more gold than her.
Could be.
I mean, what's in that box that Liarden keeps protecting?
Who is
Do you
currently...
mean-
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, do you mean the boat swing?
Yeah, sorry.
No idea. As you were saying, Ibiza?
Who is currently paying Flies by Night, and for what?
I don't think anyone's paying anyone at the moment, at least not overtly. I think we're all just in a working together until push comes to shove. And when it comes for them to be, if it would have came to them picking a side, they would have gone with the buyer.
Or do you mean what was Flies by Night paid for in the first place?
Flies by Night on the ship, I guess is what I'm asking. Because if Flies by Night is a mercenary of sorts, then someone would have had to have paid Flies by Night to be on the ship, on the cruise, so to speak.
Well, if they were paid for anything specific beyond guarding the cargo, none of us would know.
There is one more bit of information that y'all have forgotten that I'm going to remind you one final time, if you want to put in your notes, that Ibiza probably should know.
Oh.
Liarden and Daggerfoot were both old, consistent crew members on the Blue Swallow. They were always a part of it.
Yeah, and most of the crew
Chastity,
wasn't.
Flies by Night, Gut Rauncher, and a bunch of the other officers were brand new hires that the captain replaced a bunch of old, long-standing crew members with. strangers that nobody knew.
I have a question. Would I technically be a part of that too?
Yes, actually. For some reason, the captain, right before taking you all on as passengers, replaced a good 80% of the original crew that always sailed with him. That is something that was common knowledge amongst this party, but I believe you all forgot when you were just talking to Ibiza right now, so one of you just suddenly remembers that information.
It is true that most of the crew on that ship were new, besides Liardon and Daggerfoot. Daggerfoot being the boatswain.
Well, that's another thing, too. You've also seen that Daggerfoot has been, incredibly protective of Dr. Liardon.
Yeah.
Is very peculiar. I can't imagine being a captain and replacing most of your crew unless for some reason you wanted to keep your crew out of danger or out of some kind of know-how, so to speak. And he'll think for a moment, but he probably doesn't have much to say more in regards to this, the replacing of the crew at the moment.
If that's the case, I think I'm comfortable now at saying the sun rises. And everybody wakes up. Now, we had talked about wrapping up after that, but there's one final thing that I would like handled. Ibiza, Sylvain, in and out of character, do you feel comfortable trying to assign some roles to the crew going forwards? Or would you like to wait until next session?
I will say I have not had a chance to really, look at the roles and figure out who should do what.
The titles are the only thing that really matters right now. The mechanics will be changed from what it is in that book I gave you. As well as you can change... One of the abilities of being the captain is you can change people's positions multiple times. We once had Valentin played in one of the original runs of Making Waves, and one time the boats... He was the ship's doctor and its first mate. And one time the boatswain left the ship, so the captain promoted him also then to boatswain, but since he could only hold 2 positions, she also had to fire him, meaning that for 6 seconds, because of the action economy, Valentin's character held the titles of first mate, surgeon, and boatswain all at once, meaning he had to be referred to as Mr. Dr. Master, and then his character's name.
Okay.
So you can swap stuff around if needed. But if you want some time to read through it, that is totally fine. We can carry on, players, for our last 30 minutes, or we could wrap up here. It is your guys' choice on if we want to carry on and try to get another hex done or not.
I think
another
it's
30
been
minutes, but whatever you guys think.
I think it's been a shaky session today. I feel, and there's a lot of things to go over. I think it might be good to end a little early, and not get into accidentally get into a big fight in the next hex.
I'm back.
Okay. All right. Is everyone in agreement with that?
Yes.
I did not feel what happened.
We're deciding if we're going to carry on or end tonight, and Eldritch made a case for us wrapping up now.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming. Remember, you can join in this campaign in the Discord. We definitely need a wisdom-based character, so, consider jumping in. I swear to God, when things are running, this campaign is a lot more fun and interesting than when it's a little bit slower than normal. Tune in tomorrow for Hemlock's debut. We'll also be playing Red Gauge, but I'm probably just going to record that session rather than streaming while Hemlock is live. Hemlock's debut is at 1 p.m. And let me just double check to make sure he's not here right now.
PST.
1 p.m. PST. Thank you very much, Solveig. And I just want to make sure he's not here. He's not. Please, guys, fill out the Kudo board if you want to support him. We really want to make his debut special. So if you guys like his content, you've been hanging out, fill that out ASAP, because tomorrow he's going to be going through it all. We're going to raid into Valtria right now because I see she's still live. And then I know Somni's got her Minecraft server up and running, so I am going to rush over and probably play some Minecraft with them. Oh, don't forget about the Factor 75 promotion too, guys. You can see we've had 4 out of 50 people do it. If that number hits 20, we will be able to send all of the Hero Factory members, I believe, to TwitchCon. So please check that out. Thank you guys so much. Oh, and if you wanted to invest or support directly getting people to TwitchCon, feel free to check that out and shoot me a DM. You can see our quarterly report if you'd like.